Today, we're going over everything you need to know about the Tesla Cybertruck going into the year 2022. That includes all of the recent leaks, updates from Elon Musk, and changes to the Tesla website. The last 3 months or so have been by far the most Cybertruck activity we've had for a very long time. And now we have plenty of material to drive speculation, as well as some official news coming from Musk in a recent Q4 earnings call on January 26th. Unfortunately, Musk's announcement that no new vehicles will be introduced in the year 2022 means that the wait for the final drop of the Cybertruck is still a bit longer. There are still some new features to unpack and updates to stay excited about. These and more will be discussed in this video, so stay tuned. First off, we need to start by acknowledging that this truckload of information is thanks to our new friend Chile AI100. Of all the Tesla insider YouTubers, Chile has dropped more gold in one post than all of them combined. This is ironic considering that 80% of his YouTube videos are just drunken debauchery and close-ups of unsuspecting women. But within a week of buying a high-powered drone in California and flying it over the Tesla Gigafactory, he had the best Cybertruck footage ever created. Mysterious. All we know about him is his one-sentence YouTube bio, Tesla, drones, and other things I can't say or don't remember at the moment. Even more mysterious. Let's also acknowledge that this particular Cybertruck shown in the video is what's known as the alpha prototype. Tesla said in their earnings call in Q3 2021 that they would be making a few of these in the lead-up to Cybertruck's production in 2022. This purely exists to try out new ideas and designs. Some of these ideas will turn out to be bad, and they'll never make it into production, and some of them will make their way into the Cybertruck's final design. There is some official confirmation from Musk as to which of these features is which, but much of what we know is at best speculative at this point, starting with all that's going on with this new windshield situation. In this video, we can see the new curved glass design that was hinted at in a Tesla patent filing that was released in August. This patent describes a way to form extremely durable glass structures with aggressive curves and folds. While this windshield is curved, we can't necessarily say that it's curved aggressively, and it's definitely not folded. This is like a halfway point between that patent and the original flat glass panel from the 2019 prototype. We first caught a glimpse of this windshield back in a Tesla glass video the company released in September. It's Tesla's proprietary glass that they custom make in-house for maximum EV protection, strength, and noise cancellation. That curve in the glass does a lot to make the truck feel more rounded. Not only on the side edges, but particularly at the roofline, where the truck loses its hard peak in favor of a soft curve. It's most likely that this is all done for aerodynamics, but people have also speculated that this curve could also have been done to reduce glare. Apparently, the reflection from a flat sheet of glass would blind every other person on the road, and that would just stink. Also, this is a tough call because the tinting is so heavy at the top, but there doesn't appear to be a light bar on the windshield like the 2019 prototype. This is certainly a bummer. The light bar looked pretty cool. The light bar at the front is still there though. We just don't see it clearly because the daytime lights were activated and they sit much lower on the body. Those lights are also much wider in this prototype than in the previous one. Now to the elephant in the room of that new windshield, that giant windshield wiper. It's just one big clumsy wiper sticking straight up and down along the driver's side pillar. With that little wire sticking out that's held down to the body with the blue tape pulled to the back, it just looks like horrible and quite comical. Thankfully, Elon quickly jumped into commenting on the new video pretty soon after it reached Twitter. If he was mad about the footage getting out, he sure didn't show it. He just generally had a good time chatting with fans and settling concerns about whether this would be the new design for the pickup truck going forward. One of which wrote, "That's a comically large windshield wiper. Is this the final design on that?" To this, Elon wrote, "The wiper is what troubles me most. No easy solution. A deployable wiper that stows in the front trunk would be ideal, but complex." Then, Tesla owners online tried to be positive and tweeted, "I don't have a problem with this CT single large wiper. It's pretty much what I expected." Elon quickly shot them down by writing, "That is not the production wiper." And so the bigger question becomes, what will the final production wiper be? As Elon said, a deployable wiper from the front is a bit too crazy, as they would have to make a separate compartment along the edge of the windshield for them to pop out. That would have to be weather sealed and drained, and the front would have to be double hinged to be able to open at the top of it, and it would have to have a flap thing. It's simply improbable. There is Tesla's electromagnetic blade system, which we saw in a patent filing of Tesla's back in September 2019, slightly before the Cybertruck unveiling. This is a design for a super low-profile single-blade windshield wiper that will use electromagnets instead of motors. There's also the idea of using lasers that were put forward another September, this time in 2021. The patent filing, titled Pulsed Laser Cleaning of Debris Accumulated on Glass Articles and Vehicles of Photovoltaic Assemblies, obtained at this time, revealed their design to use laser beams to clean the windshield. We are also noticing something considerably different about the bed on this prototype. It looks smaller. That doesn't necessarily mean that it is smaller by volume, but it appears smaller from above because the overhang along the glass roof extends out further into the bed than before. Chances are that it's another chance for better aerodynamics, but it's nearly impossible to tell right now. It's also hard to tell if we still have the light bar along the edge of the bed. You can also see that there's a black bed liner now. That's going to do a much better job of holding things in its place than raw stainless steel. What we didn't get to see was that automated rolling bed cover. We can see the channel along the top of the bed that the cover would roll along, so it must still be there in some form, but we can't see if it has any solar cells at the time. Another big difference that we're seeing in this Cybertruck versus the 2019 prototype is the wheel and tire package. Previously, the truck had big, chunky tread tires that were straight off the set of Aliens. In this new build, we see something much more normal looking. This new wheel design without the hubcaps now helps us see that the Cybertruck has 6 lugs holding the wheels, which is standard for a modern pickup truck, and notably sturdier than the Rivian R1T 5-lug design. The rims look pretty similar to the regular Tesla Aero wheels with their hubcaps removed, and the tires are smaller than the original Cybertruck tires. It's narrower and has a much less aggressive tread pattern. Now that we've talked about the big changes, we can start digging into the smaller details that are more difficult to spot or are not shown on Chile's video. The charging port is moved. On the first Cybertruck, there was a regular cutout in the body behind the rear wheel. Now they have a much more suitable design. You can just barely see that a section of the wheel surround has been cut out of the top back corner of the black trim. That must open up somehow to reveal the charging port. That's so much cleaner than the previous design. The handles have now been removed altogether, just as Elon Musk promised. To the consternation of a lot of Tesla fans, there are now side mirrors on the Cybertrucks. But to be honest, they don't look all that bad. Their design fits the truck pretty well, so it's hard to hate them. Plus, Musk explained this significantly on Twitter, saying, "Manufacturers have to ship cars with side mirrors by law, but owners are allowed to modify their cars." In other words, you can just take them off and no one will notice, at least not in America. As for the much anticipated 4-wheel steer feature, we didn't get any indication that this particular prototype has this feature equipped. It didn't do any type of tight turning, and there was no crab walking to be seen. Elon did announce on Twitter back in July last year that the Cybertruck would come with 4-wheel steering capability. That's not something that was ever mentioned in the product announcement back in 2019, and is mostly a response to GM's Hummer EV that includes 4-wheel steering in its top option package that goes for $106,000. It's also not clear if this new Cybertruck is the 4-motor powertrain that Musk teased us with in early September. The Rivian R1T comes with 4 motors that allow it to spin around like a tank by driving the front and rear tires in opposite directions, but the Rivian does not have 4-wheel steering. The Hummer does have it, but only with 3 motors. So, the Cybertruck will be the most heavily spec'd out pickup truck when it drops later in 2022, hopefully. Did you spot anything else that we missed?